Do you struggle with your front rack position for your front squats or your cleans? Hi guys, Tom Morrison here, and today we're going to show you how to improve your front rack position forever. If you're watching this video, the chances are that you or someone you know really struggle with their front rack position, and you've probably tried all of the normal fixes and that you don't seem to be getting anywhere and you're having to use these exercises all of the time. And don't worry, I did it too. But if you think about these exercises, yeah, you've stretched your wrists and you've smashed your triceps and all of that stuff, but if you're having to do it every session, surely it's not working, surely it's not effective, and it must not be the problem. Why are your wrists continuing to hurt, and why are you not making any progress? You've missed out on the most important part of front rack mobility, which is your thoracic mobility. And here's why. If we look at Jenny's front rack position, it looks pretty good. Her elbows are up nice and high. She even has a full grip of the bar. She can go into a squat in that position, and she's able to maintain that the entire time. If she comes back up and we rob her of her thoracic mobility, so upper back's now rounded, the elbows have dropped, all the pressure goes onto the wrists. This is the compensation that's happening. If she squats like that, not so good. It looks absolutely horrible, and it's just going to cause you a ton of pain. So all the pressure's going to the wrists. What is happening there whenever we're like that is the shoulder blades can't get into the right position. If she just opens up the thoracic again, brings the chest through, then all of a sudden the elbows are able to lift up. For the majority of people, opening up the thoracic spine will really help. Because of desk jobs and just bad posture in general, this is the real problem with people, and those other exercises are supplementary and will not help. The only other thing that may get in the way would be if your biceps are too big, and let's be honest, they're probably not that big and they don't really get in the way that much. So how do we fix it? One side at a time. So what Jenny's going to do is go down into an all-fours position. She's going to lock her hips in place, send them back. She's then going to, on one arm, just try and replicate as if she was in a front rack position. From there, she's going to rotate through her thoracic spine as much as she can until she goes as high as she can, okay? So Jenny's quite flexible, so she can already get quite far around, but you'll probably be more in and around just about a wee bit higher, a wee bit higher, a wee bit higher, about there. So what we're going to do here is use the breath. So she takes a big deep breath into her ribs, and then from there, as she breathes out, she then tries to pull herself around further with the breath as she breathes out, okay? You don't need to go all the way back down again. You've enough of the rounded position, so you want to work on the extension part, okay? So another breath in here, and then breathe out. Try and bring the elbow back around a bit more. And another breath in, breathe out. That's it, and then you swap sides, okay? It's quite a fun one actually to do on one side first, because then your front rack will look like this, which is quite amusing, but do both sides. Unless you're up for a bit of fun like that. And then breathe out. And then breathe out. Cool. Straight after doing that, it's really important to integrate it into the exercise that you're trying to improve. So we've got two plates here, and Jenny is going to go into a front squat with the bar, and the plates are going to basically help her to keep her chest more upright so she can focus on working on the position herself. So it's going to be very easy to do the squat. I guess it's like super weightlifting shoes. Then from there, what I want her to focus on is really trying to lift up from her thoracic, okay? She's not trying to lift the elbows up. She's trying to lift up from the sternum like that. So now you can really start to teach your body to be strong in that position and pause down there in the bottom. Start to try and get used to being there. So back up again. So do 3 squats with the plates. That's it. Every time you're trying to reach up as high as you can, even slower than that. Slow, slow, slow. And back up. So you're trying to emulate that range that you were getting there with this drill. So after your 3, you then step off the plates and you try again, okay, and see how far you can get. As soon as everything starts to change on you, just stop there. So if you were to go too low, so if you're only getting about there and then you notice the elbows starting to drop, that's where you're at, okay? It's a really good idea to film yourself when you're doing this as well. Straight after, you set the bar down, and you then restart. You go back to the first drill again. You do your 3 rotations with the breath again. And each time, you're trying to make that a little bit of an improvement, okay? So just pretend we've done 3 each side. You'll then stand back up again, Jenny, and you'll go back to the plates again, and you'll restart, okay? So you're looking to go through this drill and make a change. You have to keep doing it until you notice a change, and then you're going to start to notice that it feels a lot more comfortable for you. So after you've done your 3 there again, just remember to step off the plates and do another 3 unassisted, and you're trying to really, really get this locked into your brain so that it stays. So how often should you do this? Until you get it. If you actually want to make progress with your front rack position, then you need to do this as often as possible until you have mastered it so that you don't need to worry about it anymore. And guess what? then you won't need to do the exercises anymore. You'll have to do a little bit of maintenance on your thoracic, but you won't need to go through the same drills again and again and again. Your front rack position will now be your better position. It will be improving your posture. It'll be improving your strength. So make sure to put the work in now, and then you will never have to do it again. This will have a ton of carryover to your shoulder health and your overall posture as well. So it is well worth the time investment. If you want to work on every mobility restriction that you may have at the same time, then I highly recommend picking up the simplistic mobility method, as it will help you address all of these issues and much more. Leave a comment or tag us when you try the exercises. We are always excited to hear about your journey.